Hello everybody, that roundup here, and welcome to the race day vlog for the Bourton 10K. Second race in 2 weeks. Looking pretty good in terms of weather right now. It's getting pretty tight in terms of when the rain's coming in. It's definitely going to rain at some point today. Looking to rain at about 11, with the race starting at 9:30. We might just about get away with it for the full race, and hopefully for the prize giving as well. If, of course, we stay around for that. But more on that after the journey there. Right, hello everyone, join me on the warm-up, and yes, once again, always what we need to be, all layered up once again. It's not as cold on the old, on the old temperature gauge as last week, but the wind is certainly playing its part today, and it's certainly going to during the race as well. By the looks of it, it's going to be against us on the way out and with us on the way back. So, plan of attack should be to sit behind someone and then go past them. You know, be a bit selfish today, because after last week where I sort of ran on my own, I'd quite like to, have a bit of assistance, not have to, sort of do all the work myself. Yes, I was speaking of sort of the general plan in the intro, and of course the weather, as I said, it's looking windy, and it looks like the rain's going to come at about 10 o'clock. So we're very much hoping that it comes after 10 o'clock, obviously, but it's just something you've got to deal with if it doesn't. So essentially the plan today is to take a bit more of a risk. It's not a Grand Prix race. Those will come soon enough. And as evident from last week's race even, I'm not too sure if I'm actually fitter, because although I ran slower, I did feel, I felt pretty good when I finished, especially with that last mile of 5:07, and 5:07 is what I need today to run under 32. That's sort of the, A-/B goal. Excuse me. But I would like a PB, so 31:57 is what I ran here last year. That is the current time to beat, and depending on who shows up, it might end up in a race win as well. But as it's part of the Gloucestershire Road Championships, I can't remember if it's the county race or if it's just the like the Oxfordshire Grand Prix, like that, but the Gloucestershire one. In any case, there are some decent quality runners here today, so hopefully, running at the pace I'm going to run, I will be in a pack, or at the very least 2 or 3 of us, so that we can take maybe a K, maybe a mile each, to just sort of take the strain off of each other, and make sure at least we all do a bit of the work, and then we can have like a proper sort of, once we get back into the village, have a race to the finish. as the wind starts to pick up, I thought I'd run through the list of YouTubers that I know that are going to be here today, or at least have, well, I guess rumoured isn't really the word, but I know Fod Runner's going to be here, 2 running brooms, who I don't watch, but I've seen them via Tim Gross's channel, who I think is also doing it, so keep an eye out for those guys. We've got Raleigh Adventures, who's a little bit smaller like me. He's over 1,000 subs, so fair play to him, but I just had a chat with him and he's told me who's here. And just as I was walking to the HQ, there was another guy who was, you know, with his camera and his stick, saying his piece. So there's him as well. And there might even be more, but if nothing else, I'd like to be the first. I'll put YouTuber in quotation marks because obviously I'm still not making any money just yet, but I'll still call myself a YouTuber. I'm putting it on YouTube, so I should be a YouTuber. So yeah, if nothing else, first YouTuber across the line today will be, we'll call it the Seagull. You know, if the legs sort of do go to pot for any reason, if you know, I've got a little bit of tightness in the hamstrings, had a very busy work day on Friday, and I just sort of haven't really had the time to sleep and recover it off, but sometimes a bit of tension in the legs is good for you, you know, as long as I keep it relaxed when I'm actually running, we should be all right. So yeah, I might not have too much more to say. It's still only 9 o'clock, so we've still got about half an hour before we start, but it'll just be a case of using the facilities, getting some strides in, getting some kit on, and seeing what we can do.
Which has the largest number of potholes per mile than any other county. I'm afraid we do have potholes around the village, with marking and built some as well. But especially when you're starting the race, please just watch your footing and don't go down there. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, go!
on, boys. No kick. Andy! Oh, wow! Let's go right now! Filming now! Right, we're filming now. Well done, mate. I mean, the thing is, right, quick cool down. Just going down this random lane just so I'm not in the way of any of the runners or the traffic. Yeah, as you saw there, 4th in pretty much the same time as last year. We'll see how the actual time pans out in terms of the chip and all that. But yeah, a bit disappointed really having those two overtake me in the last sort of 800 to 400 metres. But like my heart rate was fine, it's just my legs just had no give left. I took a lot more of that at the front than I planned, so you know, at the end of the day I can't really complain. As I said, after Bramley, I can't remember if I said it to camera or not, but I've been, you know, the training's not been too different compared to last year, so to get the same time on what was arguably tougher conditions, as you can tell it's still quite windy, yeah, to get the same time, one position up. Annoying I didn't get top 3, but not to worry. Always next year we'll give it another go, get one more position. Still managed to get in the way. Yeah, finish this cool down, keep warm, and try and get home and dry before the rain does come in.
Is anybody waiting?
Thank you very much. Oh, that's upside down. Let's have a look. Oh, it's 31.58 on there. We'll see how we're doing when we get back. Oh well, just missed the not long missed the prize giving, which is a shame. I was going to record a bit of it, but not a shame in a way, because obviously I finished 4th with no prizes for 4th. I thought it might be you know, first 3 seniors, first 3 vet 40s, but none of the guys in front of me were vet 40s anyway, so it didn't matter too much. But Max got first under 18, so well done to him. I didn't see anyone else on the prize list. I didn't have a proper look, but if any other Whitneys did win one, well done to you. And yeah, I guess try and get one more position up next year and get a prize at this race. So here we are back at the homestead. Kept it nice and dry, thankfully. No rain to be seen, not until we got back at least. I was sort of pondering going out, doing an extra sort of like 5-mile shakeout, but yeah, it started raining and I just kind of couldn't be arsed. I've ran my second fastest 10k. I did have a look. It was, only half a second slower than last year, but you know, it's another sub 32 10K, so I can't really complain, especially with how windy the conditions were. I mean, I did say to a few people that I gained a place, but I looked at the wrong results or something, because I finished in the exact same place. I finished 4th. Again. You know. But not to worry, you know, I had another really decent race. You know, I was reviewing the footage just before I am recording this bit. I'm recording it a little later than I did after Bramley. Just so I could have a little review of the footage, because I did say that to a few people, and I can't remember if I said it to camera, but I will now, that I sort of spent, you know, I was a little bit too nice in that I took too much time at the front. I do want to backtrack on that a little bit, in that I sort of going up onto the hill and then most of the way up until the turning, that I did sit in the group. So for about 2K, I did, you know, sit in the group. I was being a bit selfish, but, you know, as you have seen from the footage, that quite a lot of it I did still take the front. And, you know, it was something I wasn't planning on doing, but it sort of felt like every time I dropped back, the pace slowed down a bit. So when we got to that turning point, the 180, and getting the water, I wanted to get at the front anyway, because I wanted to get to the water first, just in case anyone else went for it. And I actually got it this time, because I missed it at one of the aid stations at Bramley. So happy enough that I got that. And on the full race video, you will see that, because I didn't stop recording for the whole thing, because I had enough footage, had enough battery to keep it going for the whole race. So you'll see the hat come off and me dunking water, so it'll be a bit all over the place. Anyway, yeah, so that was, you know, I'm not angry with myself, but I feel like if I might have sat back a little bit more, then we might have had, even as a group, we might have had more of a shout of catching the guy at the front, because on the turn, he was about 20 seconds in front, but then by the time we got to the finish, he was only 6 or 7 seconds. So if we'd have perhaps worked together a bit more, I mean, I can't vouch for those behind me. I don't know how close they were. I know, obviously, we went from a group of 5 to 3 sometime between the turning point and 9K, because obviously only 2 of them came past in the end. But, you know, these things happen. It's not a Grand Prix race, so I'm not disappointed that people beat me. But I'm just a little annoyed at myself, really, that I should have more so stuck to the race plan and not worried too much about the time, because I sort of kept checking. Obviously, I was checking the watch anyway, just to check where the sort of effort level was at. But, yeah. It happens. I would go through the haul. Slightly better than Bramley last week, even though I didn't get any prizes. We had a little thermos keep warm flask, but my partner took that home with her, and she was coming over later, and she didn't bring it with her. So I can't show it right now, but if I get a photo before I get to editing this, I will put it here. Otherwise, if you did enjoy, please do like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And until the next one, trust the process. Bye.